Hi, it's Neil from neilcowmeadow.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the best guitar ever made, the Fender Telecaster. It's in many ways the original and best of all the solid body guitars. Design wise, it's simplicity itself. It is a lump of wood with a stick on it. Add to that you've got a few very old school passive electronic components, a solid bridge which doesn't move around. It's a stable tuning platform, decent variety of sounds, mega reliable and simple. I love tellies. Busted, what can I say? I own just a few of them. Not as many as I'd like, but I need a bigger house before I can start buying more guitars. So I'll just show you why I love the telly. The first thing about it is it's a minimalist instrument. There are only two pickups, so I've got the bridge pickup here, which is bright and cheerful, the neck pickup, which is a little bit mellower, and in between I've got the two interacting with each other. I've got a simple tone control which just rolls the treble away like this, so it goes warm and woofly and can more or less give me a nice jazzy kind of sound almost at the neck. I'll just turn the pedal up a bit because this is all running through my little Nux MG100 pedal, which is my dirt cheap approach to getting a load of sounds for next to nothing. And the classic telly sound, I guess, would be like the guitar in Green Onions. Very sharp, very barky. That's the neck pickup. If I put it on the bridge, it'll really come and snap your head off. That sort of chank sound. Great for country as well. So if you think of, country electric guitar, you're probably thinking of sounds like this. Very twangy. Which tellies do extraordinarily well. Now, because they're a hardtail, tellies are very easy to bend strings on. Now, string bend, if you're not familiar with it, is where I push the string across the fretboard. Good tip here, guys, always bend towards the middle of the fretboard, unless you've got a good reason and clearance to go, because otherwise you can bend off the edge of the neck. So I'll take this note here, that's an F sharp, and I'll move it. So it's a typical country type bend. I'm going to fret here with my little finger, the 12th fret. Now I'm going to take the F sharp here, which is a second, and I'm going to move it through 2 frets of pitch. So it'll end up being a G sharp, which is the 3rd of the E chord. So this is a fairly typical bend. You hear that? And the other strings don't go out of tune. Now on a Strat with a pivot bridge, a trem bridge, as I increase the tension in this string, the tension in these 2 strings goes down. So I've got all sorts of problems with a Strat that I don't have with a Telecaster. So tellies, snappy, poppy, and twangy. I just love that. I mean, what's not to like, for God's sake? You can do that for a dyad run, simple like that. Put the same thing on the end. So that's why I love tellies. Now I'll show you my other telly. I'll just mute that while I change over. The other telly is Doris. And you'll see why in a second. So, this girl, Doris, isn't particularly glamorous or flamboyant. She's a bit of a plain Jane kind of guitar. But she's not your average Telecaster. This is one I bought as a stopgap when I lived in Kiev in the Ukraine back in 1993. I've owned her ever since, so I've owned this guitar 21 years. It's the Plus Deluxe model, so it's the Tele Plus Deluxe. This has got lace sensor pickups. It's got a nice cool one here, and then it's got a splittable humbucker at the bridge. So it's a Swiss Army knife kind of guitar. It'll do a lot of things. So if I start off at the neck and work backwards, this is just the bog standard neck pickup. Just like a telly, really. Very, very aggressive tone controls. So it'll go incredibly woofly on me. Woofly is a good word for me, by the way. I think I just made it up. Bring some of that treble back in. You see it's starting to get a bit louder too. Until just that little funky move there. And I'm playing a ninth chord, by the way, here, guys. So I'm taking the E, each third, the flat 7, and adding a second, so I've got a ninth. Then I'm just using my thumb as a pivot on the back to just flick that down and slide the fingers along, because I'm not having to put a big grip on, so if I can just slide from below. Then just extend that out. And that puts me another ninth on there and a sixth, so end up with quite a complex chord. It's a 13th with the ninth, it's nice. So as I just change the pickups now, I'm going to bring in the single coil part of the bridge pickup to blend with that bridge tone. So I'll use that same little ninth chord shuffle move. Now straight away that's a lot brighter, a lot more in your face, as it were. So it's got a lot more cut to it. I'll then roll through to just the bridge pickup single coil by itself. And again, what a great sound. And again, this is just going through a simple multi-effects pedal that costs about 75 quid. I will do a video clip on that pedal because I think it's a great value multi-purpose toy. And until somebody comes up with something better, that's my go-to gadget for teaching because of its functions. So now I'm going to switch on the second coil of this splittable humbucker using that little switch. This is bog standard. The only thing about this guitar I've changed is the setup and the scratch plate here on the front. So this is the same ninth chord shuffled down a semitone and driven back up like this. Again, that's the tone all the way up. It's a lot more dense, thicker sound almost, because the two coils do a little bit of cancelling out of one another. So what I'll do now is I'll put a phase reverse option to play. So here I've got the equivalent of a Strat sound. Because I'm able to take one of the coils here and phase reverse it so that it does a little bit of cancellation of what's coming out of the neck pickup when they're both on together. That gives me that scooped out funky sound. So back to the bridge we go for that classic telly sound. I'll use that same bend as I did in the telly clip earlier on. So I'm going to bend the F sharp through a whole tone to become G sharp, to add to the E and the B notes here on the 12th fret, which moves that into the chord configuration, which is essentially just a high bar chord here at the 12th fret. So push it. It's got a real nice ringy pop sound. It's everything you want. Love this guitar because it'll just do anything. So I can be teaching country or funk 1 minute like that, change 2 switches, stamp on that 75 quid pedal, and I've got and pretty much all points in between with one guitar and a cheap as chips pedal. So that's my two favourite tellies. It's the only telly I have in the house. Those who know me will get that joke. Shortly I'll be doing some clips on other varieties of electric guitar and basses, so that you can make more informed choices. Trust me, I don't have anything to sell you. Just get in touch with me, subscribe to the YouTube channel, find me on Facebook. I can add you to Guitar Zone, which is my channel where a lot of my teaching material is going to be posted up. And if you want to get in touch by email, ask questions, PM me or email me. It's info@neilcowmeadow.com, and I'm here to help you fall in love with the guitar and enjoy yourself. Have a fabulous day, guys.